Yeah.
We
We're
here.
Back.
Yes, sir.
Did you guys miss us?
Back at it.
Are you caught up?
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode
We're
5.
getting up there now. I'm excited. It's getting
Yeah.
better and better. It's getting juicier. You know.
Shout out to our
Pause.
followers, man.
It
Shout out
is.
to our followers, our
Shout out
fans.
to all our followers, our
Yeah.
subscribers.
Yeah.
Everyone is tagging us and just sharing the clips.
And it's been
Yeah.
amazing the support that we have gotten since we've gotten back. I think that's so dope. Adding Ja to the show, like
Yeah.
it's just been dope. Like
It's
it's
been
another.
fun.
I think
It's
it
been
added another like level. Like a,
And I don't know if y'all
dimension.
saw that we added a new dimension, which is DJ Larry Luv doing his mix with
yeah. But it's
I'm doing my mix next time though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
You know, I'll be back.
I think we should really do like a session though, like invite people out. You know
Yeah, that would
something
be
like
a vibe. That would be a vibe.
Something like that,
And
man.
we're about to start adding more guests to our show, so stay tuned for that.
True.
Yes.
So we got some new stuff coming, but we know why you're here.
Know why you here?
Well, first of all,
Welcome back.
You know, I'm Miss Ja. I got DJ Larry Luv,
DJ Larry Love.
Vito.
in the building.
VITO.
So we know why you're here, but we gonna get into this. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't
Let's
gonna
do
lie.
it.
Every week we talk about what we ain't gonna lie about. And
Yeah, I like
Even
the
though y'all
concept.
last be lying.
And it's always 3 of us that always have good different points of views. I like it.
Yeah.
So
no
I'ma kick it
particular
off?
Topic. Yeah, kick it off. What you ain't gonna lie about, Larry?
You know, it's crazy that I was kind of looking at the playlist, the different new music that came out in the last few days. But I remember just like a few months ago, you couldn't stop seeing but a woman between the women, like the Mount Rushmore, the Gorillas, the Lottos, the Sexy Reds,
Megan.
the Megans. You couldn't stop seeing every Friday a song from them on the top of the boards, right? And so I was thinking, right, after that Get It Sexy by Sexy Red was just like the last hood. I think that's our last hood classic. If you say the last hood classic, like the biggest monumental in the song so far as a classic, I think it's gonna probably be that Get It Sexy that we have so far from a woman. It's probably that Sexy Red Get It Sexy, right? So I seen that they came with the Bruno Mars song. I forgot. Sexy was it Young something and Wet. I don't want to say the exact on camera.
Sexy Red has a record with Bruno Mars. Okay.
Right. That record was okay. Now she just dropped a new record called Hoochie Coochie 8 days ago.
What you ain't gonna lie about, Larry? I'm nervous about this.
I just think the Hoochie
I'm
Mama.
waiting on it.
I know. I had to build it up. I had to build it up.
Uh-huh.
The Hoochie Mama effect of the music is kind of drifting away. I just think the Hoochie Mama edition, the City Girls, and shout out to y'all made your money, y'all made your influence, but so far as the influence of all we seen of the Hoochie Mama music is dying.
I think it's dying, and it at this point we don't give a fuck about how many niggas you fucked, how much dick you sucking,
Whoa.
how much none of that.
Whoa.
We don't
Pause,
care
pause.
no more.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah,
at
we
this
really
point,
don't
let's
care.
Let's get to this rap
Let's
shit.
get
Get to the rap shit.
I personally think that the gimmicky stuff and the what you call it Hoochie Mama rap, whatever you want to call it, because I mean at the end of the day, we have had that type of rap forever in rap, all the way back
Absolutely.
to our generation.
Absolutely.
But I feel like the real rappers are stepping through. People really with the lyrics, really these ladies are really, the real rappers are just showing up and
Listen
showing
though,
out.
okay, y'all love Doechii. I'm not gonna talk about that, but the 100 greatest female rappers list just dropped, right?
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I bet Glorilla on there.
I don't know. She's way down the list.
Yeah.
But number 1 was Nicki Minaj. And I always thought
Really?
Nicki Minaj was the best female rapper I've ever heard.
Okay.
Ever. I've never heard a female that rapped like Nicki Minaj. And I'm talking about, I've been listening
Like
to
with the
Nicki for 15
characters
years.
and the sounds
Character, the sound, the
Yeah.
boss. And at first I thought maybe people was writing for her. But no, she's writing that shit herself.
No, I mean I saw Nicki back when they used to do the mixtape, the DVDs and stuff, and she was very young. She always could rap. She always had talent.
Bruh.
I mean I honestly wish that she would have put out more music. But I was at some festival and Nicki was supposed to be on one of the stages and she was so late that her fans were just super disappointed. So I haven't really seen her in show for a long time. But I could see Nicki being on there for sure.
She's the number 1 hottest
Number 1
female-
though?
Yes.
Okay.
But if I play,
Who would you put in front of her?
If I play devil's advocate to put in front of her, if she would have got
Stop
more
it.
than one
I
album,
love you, bro, but stop it.
if she would have got more than
Kim?
one, I didn't even say the name yet.
Don't ever say Kim.
If she would've got more than one
Don't tell
album-
me don't never say Kim. Kim been around before Nicki been around.
Can I say the name?
Okay, go ahead.
Just because
Say the
you
name.
before them don't make you better than them.
If she would have got more than one album, I think it would have probably been Lauryn Hill.
Stop it.
If she would have
I'm
got more
getting
than one
annoyed because Lauryn Hill,
she was because, and what I'm saying, and this is the only
Lauryn
reason,
Hill we base her whole career off of one album.
One of the greatest albums.
Yes.
No,
in history.
it's
It
not.
is.
I don't give a
No,
fuck.
look up the history. It's one of the greatest albums in all genres.
I love you. I love you. Nana.
No, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album is one of the greatest
I'm not gonna
albums of
choose
all
violence.
So you
genres.
think that all in all, like there are females stepping out that really can rap.
Yes, Lauryn Hill is.
So that's what's washing
she was
over. I'm talking
versatile.
about. I wonder who else was on that list.
What was Lauryn
Missy
Hill?
Elliott was number 2.
She's
What was
my
Lauryn Hill
favorite.
on the list? What was
I
Lauryn
love
Hill?
Missy.
Pull it up.
I don't want to.
No, I absolutely love Missy Elliott. She definitely deserved her flowers in that.
Missy Elliott was number 2.
Did they have Cardi B on there?
Probably like number 38 or something.
Okay, wow. They had 100 on there?
And I'm sorry to go off topic a little bit, and then we're gonna come back.
Okay.
I didn't know Miss Cardi B was worth $100+ million. How the fuck?
That explains.
How the fuck did that
why
happen?
That explains why Offset is
Offset, you
off his
fucked
rocker.
up. You tweaked.
Offset
Glorilla's 21.
is off his rocker for that
What the
one.
fuck wrong with him?
Lotto 19.
My shorty worth. He put 3 of them in a 2. 3 of them.
Doja Cat 16.
When I say 3 of them, I mean children.
Megan 15. I'm just running through the list real quick because we on camera. Foxy Brown number 10. I'm just going different spots.
I like
I like
Foxy.
Foxy.
Salt
I
and
was
Pepper
always
number
a Foxy
7.
Brown fan.
Number 5 is Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah's hard.
Lil Kim number 4.
Absolutely.
Number 3 is Lauryn Hill. Number 2 is Missy, and number 1 is
One
Nicki.
is.
I agree with that list. I ain't mad
I
at
think
it.
it's.
I agree. They put
I
Lauryn
mean-
number 3 though.
I mean, I feel
So that's
like
what I'm saying.
Nicki
They put it
probably.
on the
Lauren is the most over.
I feel like Nicki
she's
Minaj-
so overrated, bro. I'm so tired of that overrated shit.
Go listen to that album again.
I feel like
Bro,
Nicki Minaj probably studied a lot of what Missy Elliott does creatively and how creative she was with her stuff, and then just took it to her, put her own sauce on it.
I think Nicki Minaj was just really a good ass rapper, and she was around the hood niggas and the like what's Waka Flocka mama's name?
Miss Deb.
Miss Deb.
Miss Deb, and like all the New York promoters that was bringing her to Atlanta, also coming from New York.
I agree with that list.
I just think she's like, I just don't see nobody being better than Nicki.
And I'm glad you said New York because New York is the hip hop concept of the Mecca. It's the Mecca. So anything out the Mecca is going to be
Was
the great.
Sexy Red on that list?
I didn't even look for Sexy Red. I didn't want to get in deep on camera, but
That's crazy.
coming out the Mecca, I respect.
I'm sorry, the real rappers are stepping in, and the fake rappers. It's time for y'all to go. Y'all had your moment.
Yeah.
Carry on to the left.
Ratchet music is always going to have a place in the Ratchet's life, but
It doesn't have a lot of longevity to me.
it's
And it-
shelf life. Doesn't
like
last
you
long.
said, it ain't so much sucking and sliding.
and I'm
we
gonna say
talk
this.
about before we get tired.
And I'm gonna say
listening
this:
to it.
life, like everything old, is coming back.
Young LA.
Young LA,
I was
old Atlanta,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
lit
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Rappers, rapping,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
And
I
we
like
in that,
it.
and we in that generation right now where it's coming back to where it needs to be.
Yes.
We getting back to our.
I love the
Yes.
bridging of the gap. I love that my nieces and nephews and younger kids that are 14, 15 years old know who Dro is, Young LA is, Tip is,
That
Jeezy.
song is
It's like, it
legendary.
makes me proud because that's really that's the part of the culture that we supposed to be carrying
Yes.
on. Not all that foolery.
Yes.
You know?
I agree. I went to the
Fuckery.
club.
We're not gonna
I
call
went
it
to the
foolery, we're gonna
club.
call it fuckery.
I went out Saturday night. They played A9. That shit sound like the number
I
one.
was at a teen empowerment brunch and they played Ain't I?
Yo, that song, it really has legs again. Yo,
Yeah.
Young LA, Dro and Tips, A9. I heard that shit in the club. And like it was like they played the serving everybody.
I definitely want to
club.
get into that conversation later about how
It's back. That was a good point. Vito.
about how social media can revive
Yeah.
artists and songs and things, really bring them back. I mean,
But social
that's
media-
actually the good side of it.
Amazing. Social media can revive you, but if you fucking up as the artist,
It will try to kill you.
it will kill you because he be fucking up.
Yeah.
And Young
They'll try to
LA,
cancel you.
If this come on, what camera I'm looking? I'm looking at all cameras.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's a great point.
All of them.
Yes.
Young LA, you be fucking up, and I need you to get your shit together.
'Cause you got
your
a
name
chance.
is not good out here right
Yeah.
now. But you good with the people. Like, get your shit together. Like, drugs and all that, it doesn't matter. Like, that's personal.
And-
get
right.
your business together.
I like that comment y'all made about revitalize your career because look at Plies. If it wasn't for Instagram, Plies would not be
I
relevant.
went to the Millennium Tour, and I ain't
Plies
gonna
was on
lie.
the Millennium. If it
I
wasn't
damn
for,
near did a
if
flip
it wasn't
with
for
Plies
sweet,
on that
if it
bitch.
wasn't
That
for,
shit was lit.
If it wasn't for Sweet Pussy, what that shit he was doing?
Sweet Pussy Saturday.
If it wasn't for Sweet Pussy Saturday, Plies would not.
I've always
have
been a fan
relevant.
of Plies,
But
but he
I-
hasn't put any new music out. So
But Instagram kept him relevant. So the revitalizing of social media for his career.
Was it
yes.
Instagram or was it just
It was
the fact
social
that he
media.
put
it,
out
was,
timeless
it was
music?
it was Sweet Pussy
he
Saturday.
put out timeless music and his personality on social media.
That
kept-
nigga was out
It's
there
like people.
going crazy.
It's like with his fans, they came for the music, but they stayed for
For his
the antics and the
personality.
personality and all of that.
Kevin Gates too, another artist. If Kevin Gates didn't have an Kevin Gates, if it wasn't for social media, Kevin Gates wouldn't be just as relevant.
I don't care for him. But anywho, I ain't gonna lie.
What's your I ain't gonna lie?
I ain't gonna lie. Cause you know one thing, with Kevin Gates, I think something that he said a long time ago had bothered me, and I
Social
never looked at
media.
him the same.
That's
It's
what I'm
very hard for
saying.
me to separate
Yeah.
the
And I hate that
antics
him
from the
and Drake-
music.
I hate
You
that
know,
him and Drake broke up. I hate
but
that.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, because I live in Atlanta. A lot of people moved to Atlanta, you know, or flew to Atlanta, so they would say. I've been here for about 16 years. So
I'm a transplant.
Baby, I have a peach. I'm a transplant, but I'm a peach.
I've been here 20-something years too. Yeah.
You still Philly though.
I-
You still Philly though.
I'm actually not from Philly at all. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thank
We
you.
still Pittsburgh.
And I've been gone.
All that is the same.
I've actually been gone from there just about as long as I've been here.
Y'all funny. Y'all
So,
funny.
anywho, it's neither here nor there.
She corrected me. My bad.
That's why my name is Miss Ja 412 because I'm from Pittsburgh. So I was born there. However, I've been here for almost 20 years, so I know my way around 25.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie though. Moving from your city to another city does not take away your reputation. It does not erase your reputation at all.
It's gone.
Just because you came from Chicago, Detroit, you're from Chicago.
she just
But
tried
I like Chicago though. I
love it.
But I love people from
I've
Chicago.
never
But
been to Chicago.
and guess what? It takes a lot of courage to move from where you're from to go to another place. But if you have a bad reputation there as a scammer, a hoe, a this, a that, a whatever, whoop-de-whoop, your reputation is going to follow you unless you create a whole entirely new life.
Yeah.
But with the way that social media is now and all of these whatever videos from back in the day or what if the flaw that you had is an actual character flaw, like you really a slimy, snaky type of person, like you really somebody that
agree.
that scams people. You moving to another state, that's not going to fix you.
I agree and disagree. I strongly agree though. I strongly agree
I
because
strongly agree.
I strongly agree.
But I kind of disagree.
I strongly agree because we are creatures of habit.
Yep.
So you're right. As soon as the fact that once you create a habit, you're gonna do it again, and the fact that we are creatures of habit, that just because you move to a different fucking state, you're gonna end up. I don't care how clean the slate is, and that's my halfway. You can have a clean slate, but if you're a creature of habit, you're gonna do that same shit again.
Yeah, like you can't be like, oh, I couldn't find a wife in my city. You come here, you can't find a wife because it's Atlanta. You couldn't find a wife because you have a problem.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Oh, I couldn't get money here, and then you come here, you can't get money.
It's
Oh,
not
it's
you,
because
it's
of
me.
Atlanta. It's not Atlanta, baby. It's you.
Yeah.
You need to get your hustle together.
It's just it's so many variables in that statement to me. Number one, you got niggas that can live in one place and move to another place and thrive. And you got people that can, thrive in one place and move to another place and fail.
That's true.
So it's almost like it's so many variables. Do I change my personality? Is my personality too
Not your
strong for this
personality.
place? Is my personality too strong for this place? I can leave Atlanta. We all got strong personalities, correct? If I move to Iowa, will my personality still be perceived as the
aggressive.
same?
You be
Because I'm so
aggressive.
fucking
Yeah.
big.
You'll be
Yeah.
aggressive.
So it's so many ways to perceive what you
Yep.
just said. But if you're a whore, ladies, talking to the ladies right now.
Uh-oh.
and
If you're a
nigg-
whore
and
and you
niggas
move
too.
to a new
And
city,
fellas.
and some of us niggas.
and
He counted himself in.
black men don't cheat.
I take
All
accountability,
right.
man. I
So
take
if you
accountability.
move to a different city and you can like reinvent yourself, and you can be less of a whore in a new city, and you can
Yep.
be, more of a wholesome woman, and you might find a white man, a black man, a brown man, a fat man that loves you.
I think that with reputation, right? If you have 5 bad situations that you acted the fool.
Yeah.
You now have to have 6 situations where you didn't act a fool in order for that to change. But if that's something, if you're the same way no matter what city you're in, that is your character. Deep down, that's who you are.
But then,
If you're not, as a woman, right? If you are promiscuous or you sleep around, it doesn't matter what city you live in. You're gonna sleep around no matter where you go because anybody can convince you with a couple of dollars and a bottle of some new sneakers or something. Anybody can convince you to give up that chocha.
I mean,
Like-
but
I get you.
Change starts with a decision, and you can't base your future off of your past off of one decision. So if today I decided I don't want to be a thought no more, I don't gotta be a thought no more. Mm-hmm. And I could move to fucking Calabasas, California, and be fucking wholesome. I'm cooking for my person
How long
every
would that
day.
last? How long would that last?
Because it's a decision.
When I say the reputation is real, is because if I was talking, let's say you from Chicago, right? And I met somebody from Chicago, and I did a check back to the city to see whoever that person was, or do you know so-and-so?
Yeah.
Whether that person does good business, whether that person really is solid, that's really gonna be on you. Like if you did people wrong in your life and you never fixed it, you never settled it, that part of your reputation, even when you move away, business-wise, or your character, your integrity,
absolutely,
it stays with you everywhere you go.
Morality is always going to be with you, no matter how old you get. If you die 25 or you die 95, so if your morality is fucked up, that's your foundation.
Because they do say that being a hoe is just a phase. I'm just saying. I ain't said the folks said it.
That's the truth.
They
though.
said the hoe stuff is a phase.
Every woman goes through a hoe phase.
Don't put it on us.
Every man go through a whole phase.
Y'all men do it too.
Listen.
And the reason I say that because as men, I'm Larry Luv talking, real player.
He get that voice.
I love you, guys.
Every man has a phase. Women just hope that phase is after is the phase that you have with that man. Just hope he's over that phase. Just hope that's not on you. Like you want to be either before you
or after you.
After, just not on you. You know what I'm saying? Because every man is gonna have a phase, bro. Like once you get that first liquid courage.
Well, Vito's not in that phase no more. He don't even like one night stands. Y'all should have watched the last episode. This man's
please watch the last episode.
He is a reformed.
I'm reformed, gang.
Thoughts.
But when you went you went from that buying lifestyles to buying magnums, you know what I'm saying? That's the change in this perspective.
What does that matter?
So
a condom's a condom.
Well, condom is a condom, but what I'm saying is it's a ego. It's a thing. Like I can go in that store. Like I know that's for me. I'm really being funny right now.
What about the niggas buying Trojans? Cause them niggas.
Yeah, a condom's a condom. Just use one.
We pop.
Just use one.
Trojans are
Just
popping.
use one.
Niggas using lifestyle.
I'm really being funny right now.
What you ain't gonna lie about? I know he's.
Cause some of these niggas just using lifestyles. All right, listen.
Some of these guys ain't using nothing at all.
Right.
They using lifestyle.
Out here popping.
Talk about a
just out here
magnum.
popping in these streets.
2 out of 5 of these niggas
Like
ain't
Vito
fitting the magnum.
said, playing Russian roulette out here in these streets.
That's dangerous. No. Diabolical.
I ain't gonna lie.
Diabolical.
I'm not gonna lie.
Provocative.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not gonna lie.
What you ain't gonna lie about?
I'm really not cool with none of my ex chicks, like at all though. And shorty, you better not be cool with your ex nigga.
Wait, what?
And if that nigga die, you better not cry. That's how I feel. Hey, if that nigga die, if your ex nigga die, and you in the house crying, go be with that nigga.
But you mean not cool though? Explain you're not cool. Like you talking like don't text, don't call,
nah,
don't
gang.
Don't like
no,
y'all don't follow each other on social media. Or
I'm with you. I'm with you.
They all be on.
Dang, y'all rough.
Like I told you,
Are y'all like having full blown fallouts
Maybe
and like
one.
beefing
they be
with
mad.
each other?
Like you, they be mad. You don't. Cause if you my ex shorty I fucked with, I probably fucked with somebody else.
Oh, you probably cheated, so you did it.
I never cheat.
So you're running around breaking hearts.
Black men don't cheat.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
I agree with you though.
I probably like did some other shit, or it just wasn't in the interest of our situationship. Okay. So it tends to, have women fuck this nigga. I'm gonna follow this nigga. None of my old chicks follow me.
Disagree.
And that's the funny thing. But as you get older, as I've gotten older, because I'm of age now, I've realized that you can have situations where you all end on a basis to whereas you can understand that y'all not for each other.
Yeah.
This is for a time. This is for a period of life.
And a lot of times women got this thing was I'm not going backwards. Like I ain't going backwards. So,
I usually don't go backwards either because it's a reason why you didn't. But I'm opposite. I don't have any beef with anybody that I ever dated. I was always able to close the door at some point or us to have a mutual decision to go our separate ways, but I've never had a falling out, blowout, fight, throw down. That's never happened to me.
You ever had sex with an ex?
That was a crazy question.
I plead the fifth.
That was wild.
You ever had sex with an ex?
We're on camera. Listen, women,
I plead the fifth.
If you crying over your ex because he dies, I'm dumping you. So
I
like,
do know that in relationships, like being cool on some cool, like I'm not cool on some cool stuff where you can call my phone and we kicking the kiki ha ha ha, but we cool. Like it ain't no beef.
So
You know what I mean?
If you see an ex out in public with your dude,
When I'm with my
Would you
dude,
speak?
they don't even say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to them.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't say
respect.
nothing
That's
to me.
respect,
That's
man.
respect.
That's maturity,
But if
too.
I'm
That's
by
just like, what's up?
myself, if I'm
That's
by
maturity.
myself and they do
Nah,
speak.
hell no. Don't say no
shorty,
what's
I
up.
used to like fuck you raw. Like what you mean? I can't even speak.
This nigga Vito was wild.
I can't say what's up to you.
Nah.
Wow,
Don't
no,
speak
you
to my,
can't.
Don't speak. That's respect.
I don't even
and
know
maturity.
you. I know you
Dang,
from where?
That's horrible.
Elementary school.
My thing is, if you have a woman
I don't
that
know
you were
you, man.
entertaining or you were with for a specific amount of time, it should never. I feel like it should never end to where you can't even speak to each other in public. That's horrible.
It just depends on the
I wish
situation.
my ex was a dancer, so I wish a nigga would speak to her in public. Oh, I tipped you before. What?
I didn't say tip you. I said.
But
So
my
the thing
ex was a
is, with
dancer,
the
though.
speaking to me,
by
with
fucking
the
you, we used to fuck raw. I can't say hi.
with the
Nah.
it ain't our fault. You was.
I wish I
doing that.
would walk with my
You
ex
should've
and a
strapped
nigga
it
be like,
up.
oh, hey.
The thing is, when it comes to me, if I'm
Oh.
with in public, I'm with a dude. There's no reason for not just you,
And
but
I'm not talking
any
about
man
speaking,
coming
walking
up
up
to me,
on you like
speaking to
hugging
me.
you. I'm talking about like, hey, what's up?
If we come within a certain contact to each other,
Yeah, like what's up? Like or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like we
what's
just
up?
that blue
Yeah.
the blue martini was with it. And let's just say your ex was there. He like, what's up? What's up, Ja?
what's up?
There you go.
I mean, yeah,
But don't be
I
on some
speak.
shit like, what's up? Like,
No. But here's the thing: I don't beef with any of them, so I definitely will give a, you know what I mean, or what's up, or acknowledgement, or whatever.
Yeah,
but
like-
I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, oh my god.
I just
nah, like, but
no,
at
I'm
least
not
be
doing
able
that.
to be like, what's up?
The
Like,
only way that's cordial if my ex, or so you're talking to John, if she was with her ex, like John's with her current, her ex is with his whoever, and
Current.
his current, and they kind of we walk back like, oh,
that was good.
But it's more cordial, respectful if he was with a woman as well and walked up and said, hey, how you
But
doing?
I'm not saying
No,
you walk
I
up to
wouldn't-
her and hug her. I'm just saying,
But
what's up?
but what I'm saying is, I would say, hey,
See,
how
the
you
thing
do-
is, I'd rather them just not speak to me at all because people.
That's crazy.
The thing is, I'm a hugger and people hug me, and we have a certain, obviously, an energy towards each other when you had a past, and any of that can be misinterpreted by the new person. So just if it's a nod, if it's a what's
Yeah,
up, it's
a
a what's
nod,
up.
yeah.
But all of that trying to splow each other up and because I ain't gonna lie, all of my exes love me.
Yeah.
Every
And
one
this,
of them.
and this is only
Yeah,
boyfriend,
love
girlfriend
with
love. You
me.
can't do it as husband and wife. Clearly, no. This is only boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, when I
love.
become a wife, I don't even know none of y'all. I never met you. Who are you? Oh, okay, we met.
Somebody,
That's-
somebody
I can't do
said,
this. To
I'll
a
be
wife.
acting brand new.
somebody
can't
said
do
they'll
that
fall
to
in
a
love in 2025. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I'm gonna be acting brand new. People fall in love still. People still find love, but people still love their exes too.
Yeah, they do.
God, that's crazy.
It's,
All right.
I think it's nothing wrong. It's just a real fragile line when you deal with something that was previous. You got to have boundaries. I think like you got to have boundaries in place. I mean, I haven't did it myself, but if you do it, I think it's boundaries should be in place, and because it's not the same playland this time around.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't necessarily tell someone new that I'm dating who I previously dated because I feel like that information is not necessary. I feel like they start to dig in and looking for things, and
Right.
I know we
agree.
do.
unless
I
it
do.
comes up, like if it comes up, you know what I
don't
mean?
care.
If it comes up, like me and that person is gonna be interacting with each other, or that we're all in the same room together. But for the most part, no, it's not really necessary for me to go down. I feel like nowadays people share too much
Who
information.
this nigga liking all your pictures, Ja? Who was that nigga?
But how would they know that?
Why
though?
he like? Cause I'm looking.
That's crazy.
Why he liking your shit like that? Like,
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
So
I
that
get
was-
mad
that
at
was
shit
your
from
line,
7.
lie?
What Dirk say? I get mad at shit from 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
Vito-
what Chicago.
Vito's-
That's where I'm from. I think it's for Chicago shit. Like we
You don't forget. It doesn't fall off your memory like stuff on your taxes. It don't just fall off your memory.
Nah, because if I'm really like, you gotta understand, it takes a lot for me to be there. Like if I'm in love with you,
So when you fall out with them, do you keep receipts like, oh, I can't wait to talk to this person again because of this, that, or the third?
nah. Like when I fall out with a person, it's usually because of me. So it's like
real shit.
We know who the toxic one is here.
it's usually because of
DJ
me.
Larry Luv, get them together, man.
Help me out, bro. We 7 years in, bro. We really longer than that. Help me out.
Yeah, I think,
Why is it because of you? I thought black men don't cheat. I think if you're honest, like if I get with somebody and our lives on the line and it's obvious we're not equally yoked. Why waste each other's time? Just be honest. I'm like, hey man, I want the best for you. I want the best for me, but this right here, this ain't gonna work.
That's the mature
Like
conversation.
what's the song?
I've had plenty of mature conversations.
What's the song Shy made in the '80s? If I ever fall in love, make sure that she's a friend. And that's how I feel. I feel like people get married for the wrong reasons, and I feel like make sure she's a friend. Like when you fall in love with somebody, they got to be a friend. It's just that simple. You can't if y'all not.
I
friends,
think I think the friendship should be definitely to a certain extent, but it shouldn't get to a point where you chit chatting with your man. That's my best friend, and you telling him what's on the group chat.
Like
Relax.
No, not like that.
Relax.
No, not like that. But
That's
I'm
my
saying
best friend. He goes everywhere with me. We do everything together. No,
Nah.
Your man do not need to know your girl's business.
Not pillow talk. That's pillow talking. I agree with you, but I'm talking about to the point is us men. We always so hard with the world. We should know how to be soft with our woman. So when we come to our woman, as we can conquer the world all day, but when we walk through those doors with our woman sitting right on that couch, whatever
That shit
scenario
is
going
like
on,
therapeutic.
That
as
soft
fuck.
butt should automatically cut on. Like I'm just saying, like I can't be with the world how I am with my woman. That's just my.
I agree.
I love that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Larry Luv, DJ Larry Luv.
I love that.
With the
man.
love, bringing
The
it
lo-
to
the love
I'm sitting in
doctor.
between.
You know what's crazy?
I'm sitting in between toxic and the love doctor.
And
I'm
you know what's
just
crazy?
kidding.
I'm just fermenting.
I only
I've
had
been
3
through a
girlfriends
lot.
my whole life. That's crazy.
He said
I only had
fermented.
3 girlfriends my whole life.
The lies. Okay, see now we trying to do a segment called I Ain't Gonna Lie. Now these niggas is lying, man. Now we got to get out of here. We got something really special for y'all. Stay locked in. We will be right back to Cook Up ATL.
Bow.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up? We are back to Cook Up ATL. I'm your girl, Miss Ja.
Episode 5 is DJ Larry Luv.
Vito, I'm in this motherfucker.
And we have a special guest with us today, my friend and my mentor in this industry, Amir Boyd, the very own, work with Grand Hustle, work with Interscope. I mean, every artist you could think of, he's been a part of their campaign. Anybody that's up there on the charts, you can look at the credits and not very famous, but very much important. Amir Boyd to the building. Let's go.
I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Nah, thanks
Power
for having
player,
me.
Yes.
power
I've
player.
been watching y'all do y'all thing, and I'm glad y'all got this platform going. Y'all just got to keep it going. Just keep
That's
showing
dope
up.
consistency.
Appreciate
Mm-hmm,
you. Yeah, we don't want to be the derogative. Everybody just talk bad and niggas getting incriminated. We don't want to do none of that.
Nah.
Yeah, we really want to talk music. We really
Getting incriminated.
Yeah, we do a little bit of fun stuff here and there, but we really want to get down to what's happening on the ground with these artists. Both of these guys are DJs, so they dealing with
Yeah.
music firsthand. And then of course I work in promotions, so I'm constantly dealing with artists. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I like I said, shout out. Look at my stand. Look at my stand, H. But shout out to Ja with bringing you through. I met you a few years ago.
Okay.
I've been DJ for 18 years. I think it was Nick Grant.
Yeah,
I'm from
yep.
South Carolina originally.
Yep.
But I've been doing my thing in Atlanta, so
Okay.
I think I got a call about, hey, Nick Grant's coming to Atlanta on the press run, and I think it was your name on it. So I like to jump straight in, bro. Like, my first 2 questions is, like, how did you get into the lane of wanting to be a national director, with music? Like, how you got there? That's my first question. And my second question is off of that same thing with Nick Grant, like, how you feel about those type of markets that don't have, like, big radio presence or, like, because I'm from South Carolina originally. So, yeah, not to give you too much, but,
Well, I mean, the way I got into the music business, I always start with what I was doing when I was going to college at Morgan State University in Baltimore.
Morgan
Shout out to
State.
Morgan State.
Wow. Okay. That's lit.
So I went to school to be a history teacher, and I started throwing parties.
Okay.
And I always use that as like where I started because to me, I was making money, so that means I was in the business of making money in the music business. So I started throwing parties in school. And when I got out of school, had all different other kind of jobs, and I ended up working at the radio station in DC, WPGC. And at that time, that was a radio station where it was a lot of learning about radio, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of learning about everything that's music. So some of the names, people like Donnie Simpson, Jay Stevens, Thea Mitchum, who, is still a really good friend of mine, sister, Reggie Rouse, Tigger, DJ Flex, Nonchalant, Rain, all of these people were
there's radio legends.
Yeah, they were in the radio station every day, and so when I got there, I was in promotions in the promotions department, and part timing, and I started to see people who worked at the labels, the label reps coming in. They would have these music meetings, and I was like, man, I saw how they lit up the room. I knew that there was a music business, but I didn't know what. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But even further, even a little couple of years back, my homeboy and I was walking around college, and I was like, man, he said, I just was like randomly, I'm gonna go be in the music industry. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me like I was crazy because that's not what we was talking about. We was just smoking and kicking it.
Yeah.
And being athletes and rappers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I just knew that I wanted to be in the music business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and it started from throwing the parties.
Throwing parties. I've been to college party, so I know how homecomings and planning those step show parties. Yeah. And, that's the life, boy. Yeah. Good
I
money.
think the college parties tend to produce a lot of people that's in the music industry, as well as a lot of people that's in the entertainment industry, period. Mm-hmm. But coming from Maryland and the DMV area, it always seems to be that exec or a lot of different music that comes from that area that people not on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with you being in the industry, like what's an artist or an artist entourage or just a group of people that you feel like that should have some type of platform that's dope in where you come from?
Man.
In DC?
DC. Mm.
Well, before that, hold it, because I wanted to answer his second part too. Mm-hmm. Your second part of the question was
with the South Carolina music.
Oh yeah.
With being a small market, I think you gotta have your own city on Smash too. I think if you got your you got your backyard, you can go get everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's good if your hometown supports you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can get on the radio, if not, you can do shows there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can still keep going back and forth and building up your fan base in your town and then in your state. I'm gonna use y'all remember Doe B?
I remember Doe B.
For sure.
I'm gonna use Doe B for an example, right? So when I and this was before he was signed to Hustle Gang. So I'm Hustle Gang for life. I'm Grand Hustle for life. But this is before he was signed to Hustle Gang. A DJ, Frank White, called me about him.
Okay.
And he
Shout
was
out
like,
Frank White.
Frank White, that's my man.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he knew what I did. I was already in the music business. He was like, man, you think we can get all these DJs in Alabama to rock with him? Mm. And I was like, man, let's do it. This wasn't a Zoom. I was like, let's get all the DJs in Alabama on a conference call. Mm-hmm. He was like, man, we need the whole state to stand up. Mm-hmm. So you got Montgomery, you got Birmingham, you got Huntsville, you got Mobile, you got Dothan.
Yeah,
I went to Alabama A&M, so I already know.
Exactly.
Shout out to Crazy Bear in Dothan, Alabama.
You know what I'm saying? So if you know Alabama, you know all the little,
I know all
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get all these DJs on the phone.
Yeah.
And they all agreed that, we get ready to stand up for Doe B. They went crazy for Doe B.
They went crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember when growing up in Pittsburgh with Wiz Khalifa starting his career, the city wasn't really behind him like that. It wasn't until he left Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like he was doing shows, he was really grinding, had a lot of good music. But once he left Pittsburgh, and I think he initially came to Atlanta, then from here went to the West Coast. And once he went there, it took off. It's but now they jumped onto it.
Yeah, but he didn't skip no steps. He put the work in Pittsburgh.
He put the work in. And then on top of that, the song that really got him there was Black and Yellow. So, I mean, he still repped his town.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
But I think, to answer your question, I think starting at home, and even if you leave, even if you go somewhere like Atlanta, just keep going back. Like, do your shows there. Don't charge them. Don't price yourself out of the market. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing that. To answer your question, at home, you mean... Well, I feel like where I'm from, we have this kind of this arrogance about us. It's a gift and a curse. It's like, we don't nothing really move us, right? You know what I'm saying? We ain't impressed.
Yeah.
So it's a really tough, and it's a really tough audience, and and I think some of it is actually because we so independent, right?
You have your independent sound.
You got your independent sound. You got your independent clothing lines. All of that. Those urban fashion wears. That stuff started in D.C. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might try to talk about somebody else, but on a grand scale, the way that it was happening,
that shit was big too.
It was D.C. that was first urban wear, right? So we always have this independence mind state, and it's a gift when you think about it like that, but it's also a curse because we have it. We don't want nobody else to help us. We don't want nobody else to we don't want our music to leave.
You don't want it watered down.
We don't want it watered down. Like, it's a whole bunch of that, right? But I think as far as like I feel like Cordae is somebody that the kids
He's
at
super
home
dope.
should be like
Yes,
waving the flag behind. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he's speaking directly to them.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, he got a old soul, but he really talking that shit.
Yeah,
like,
for
you know what I'm
sure,
saying?
for
So and so I think somebody like him, it's another kid that I really like. I gotta look at my phone for his name. My
And we
homeboy
love
Matt.
Ari Lennox.
But yeah, those
No, just
I think Ari is already out of here. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ari gonna have a song and she gonna end up winning Grammys at some point. Like
Yeah.
she already out of here.
Yeah.
But and Cordae too. Like, he already out of here too. But I'm saying, like, you know, it is a different variation of a lot of different acts that come out of there. And I don't know, man. We just, you know, I don't know. Something is always missing, it feels like.
Yeah, like I feel like even with Wale, it's like a love-hate relationship with Wale. Like, people love to hate Wale sometimes. And I love his music. He has dope stuff. But for some reason amongst the industry, you know how they want you to be a part of a crew or a clique, or they want you to kind of get along with people. And Wale very much like, I don't got to get along with nobody.
That's my
it's
man.
arrogance.
I love Wale. I think, you know, he's got some major hit records. You know, at one point when he was in MMG, he was the biggest artist on that MMG platform.
I remember.
It was not even a question. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And you gotta think, Wale come from that '09, Big
Yeah.
Sean,
Wale,
Drake,
Waka Flocka.
you know,
Lupe.
Lupe was earlier, but
he was earlier.
he come from
J.
the Drake,
Cole.
the J. Cole, the Kendrick. Like, that's
was a
his
great
class.
freshman
That
year.
was the J.
Great
Cole and
freshman year.
Kendrick. Yes,
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
the
He was
pre-internet.
with them. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
a great thing with the internet that I want to piggyback off of, because you were all the way in a position of the director when it comes to promotions, and some labels are feeling like, or are our labels feeling like the promotion side of pushing music is important anymore? Is it like, now that we're in a digital era, like, are we making a pivot now? So now people aren't doing the typical grassroots marketing where they're coming to the city, standing on couches, popping bottles, making a whole campaign, making a bunch of noise. And now people are feeling like they can just kind of go digital, and that's all they need to do.
Well, I think labels are, not all of them, not everybody that work at the label, but the higher ups think that they don't have to do that kind of stuff anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just music, it's everybody. Everybody is trying to get less
For more.
They trying to get more out of less.
More out of less.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and in the music business, if I send an artist out on a promo run, I want this artist to go to 10 cities. And that's going to cost me, each market, it's probably going to cost me, I'm just going to say on the low end, $10,000 per market.
Correct.
Right?
I can see
If
that.
we go to every radio station in every market, we need flights, we need hotels, and we're going to eat, and all of that shit add up.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, the bill probably $60,000 on promo. And I'm talking about if we just went to 10 cities, right?
Yeah.
Well, who's to say that when this single come out, I'm gonna make that single $60,000 back?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
the business, right? The ROI of it
It's a gamble.
is so. But that's the only way you touch the people. So now, because labels don't send artists on promo runs, they only really banking on your record streaming.
Yeah, and I think that
That's fucked up.
that the fans want to feel like they can touch you. They want to feel like they can interact with you. They want to feel like they can get close to you. Especially here in Atlanta. I mean, you can go down the street and be in the
Atlanta
same
is
club.
a different city because artists here understand that, man, I got to get my record popping.
You still got to get in the streets.
So they be
man.
right in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some artists you may not see until they got a record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until they got a record.
And I'm even talking about somebody like Usher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When Usher is about to put out a song, you
No,
see
you
him
see
more
Usher,
in
yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know,
I
he be hanging out,
like the
you see
more
him
the
play-
less comment you made, because I feel like the internet fucked up the game. Social and let me by saying it, because when radio was around, things were still demographic. You know, when radio was around, you had to go past that one line to hear if they said they jumping or.
Yeah.
When radio was around, things were still demographic. The internet just made everybody sound the same. It made us be able to more accessible, quicker. but it's kind of like being more accessible quicker is not always good.
You're still spread thinner though.
Yeah, because you didn't have to put in the work for me to hear about you. Like you didn't do work in your region to hear about me in my region.
Right.
So I feel like the
That's
internet.
true.
So you have those streams, but those streams might be across the entire world.
Correct.
Versus
Correct.
your actual
Region.
specific
Right.
region and market. Yeah.
When I first got into so I've been on the radio side. I've been on the
Label side.
even before then, I was the sales side with DTLR. I helped open up all the DTLRs here in Atlanta. At that time, they sold music too, so it was SoundScan. So you know what I'm saying?
SoundScan.
So with SoundScan, and you can do this with the DSPs too. You can still see what markets you popping in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can see where your heavyweight markets are. And if I was an artist, I would get that information, and I would target digital
That
marketing in those places.
I think it's still there.
And
they just don't do it.
And
Yeah.
I would probably just start popping up in them cities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Scared
still
money
there.
don't make none, so you're going to have to spend your own money.
Yeah.
But I think the stuff that the labels are not doing anymore, ultimately, it's a result of them saying, if I spend $100,000 on you at radio, that doesn't mean I'm going to get my $100,000 back.
Correct.
So I need to see that your record is streaming so that I can decide if I want to even take your song on the radio, which is, to me, is crazy because I think that radio has proven that they can make a song stream.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be the other way around. If you hear a song and you don't know who it is, the first thing you do is go to Shazam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what you do?
Yeah.
Stream the song.
Yeah, because in them college cities, they still listen to the radio. Like I went to Albany State, so I went to HBCU.
Yeah.
And you still have local South
Absolutely.
Georgia
Yeah.
rappers that you would never hear
Yeah,
come
you never
make it up
hear.
to Atlanta.
Yep.
But you go down past that 229 and that South Georgia, North Florida market, they getting played on the radio.
Yep.
They still getting the presence, and I think it's still there. They just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's
I think they
always
run
a
to
battle, I feel like, between whether people need either or. You need both.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Like,
you need
all
both.
of it.
You need all of it. Yeah, you need both. You need digital marketing. You also need marketing in the street. I mean, you need everything.
Yeah, you need YouTube, you need social media, you need all of it. Like, but let's not get it twisted. Radio still makes superstars.
Yeah, correct.
So you know, and Glorilla and Sexy Red are an exact example of that.
Yeah.
Radio made them.
They did.
Like
But they had that radio budget
They
too.
did.
they did have it, but it made them. Like
Yeah.
if they didn't, like they had the songs on radio first.
On repeat.
Yeah.
On radio.
You know what I'm saying?
And once you hear something 3-4 times, you're gonna be like, how come I'm the only one that
I
don't
got a
know this
question
song?
though.
But it's
Yeah.
a science with that though. I can explain that to you.
Yeah,
all too.
what about artists that don't have the radio budget? What about artists that don't have the machine?
You better get so
behind
hot
them?
that radio come looking for you.
What do you think as far as an upcoming? We have a lot of artists that watch us.
Yeah.
I'm a new artist.
Yeah.
I'm not a real artist.
Right. I got you.
What do I do to be artist?
You artists today
So-
with them shorts on.
So,
Nigga, them shorts on.
so if I was a new artist and I didn't have a radio budget, I'm living in the city where I'm living at. I'm making sure I know every single DJ
Yeah.
in that town.
Yep.
Right?
Shout out to Asian
Listen,
Nate.
listen,
Shout out to Asian
artists,
Nate 'cause she
listen.
did that.
And
Yeah.
I'm-
Asian
listen.
Nate did that. She did.
And I'm making sure that I know them.
Yeah.
And I'm creating relationships with these DJs.
Yeah.
And I'm not like pressing them to play my record.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get some new stuff, I'm coming outside.
There you go.
I'm buying a round of drinks. I'm
Hookah.
investing to myself. Whatever.
Not a
what-
hookah.
what- I mean,
Listen.
if some of these DJs like hookah, man, let me get the hookah.
And that's
you know
real.
what I'm saying?
Roll the blunt
Like,
for 'em, listen.
yeah, like whatever it is. Like I'm also going to invest in some merch for myself.
Yeah.
Because the merch that I'm selling is going to allow me to go and shake hands and kiss babies with these DJs.
I'll never forget my days in the club when artists would come 25, 30 deep.
Yeah.
Everybody same shirt on. Everybody. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a movement type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
And they would pay the DJ or they would take care of the DJ. The DJ would just play their record over and over.
You know the
and
last
over
movie
and
we seen in
over.
Atlanta like that I think was Travis Porter. The Salute the DJ movement was crazy. Travis Porter had Pastor Troy had a big movement too, but I think Travis Porter, that Salute the DJ movement that they did to come out was legendary.
I mean, it's been a lot of them here in Atlanta. I mean, Jeezy, Future, they all
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I
You did
run a
feel
Grand
I feel like
Hustle.
the
We
assignment is understood here, but
We
it's the smaller
understood.
markets that it's different to break in smaller markets. Like we had a conversation before about whether artists should leave their city or not leave their city, and how dangerous it could be to stay in a city and try to do a career. And so that's a different perspective of it, because we feel like he's saying you got to get your roots first before you feel like you can go anywhere else. You know what I mean? But yeah, like you said, campaign.
I think Atlanta was the model for a lot of cities too, though, because look what Memphis doing now.
Shake hands and kiss babies.
I mean, but what's going on in Memphis been going on in Memphis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's been going on.
It's been going on. Hustle and Flow is about Memphis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on.
And that's what make Memphis a lot like Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's a couple of cities. Dallas is like that.
Yeah.
Dallas support their
like that.
local artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of cities that do that, and you could tell.
Houston's like that too.
The Carolinas like that too.
The Carolinas are like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Carolinas are like that.
You could tell it's a couple of cities that are like that. But I think what's important is to keep doing something. 90% of this shit, let me say 80%. 80% of this shit is showing up.
Yeah.
So if you gonna be making music and you're gonna be putting it out, man, I don't care how many steps you try to jump over. Touching the people is the most important part.
Yeah.
Like, cause you gonna have these big budgets and you ain't touch the people and don't nobody know what you look like. But that's the thing about the internet too. And now
They have
these
behind a
youngins feel like
keyboard.
they don't even gotta go outside no more.
Yeah.
Because, all they gotta do is hit the send button.
Yeah.
But I mean, and stuff can go viral and still you not selling no
It still be
records.
a
Selling
miss.
records.
Sometimes when I see some of
See it
those
all the time.
artists that go viral and I see them in person, they have no charisma. They have no stage presence. They don't know how to freestyle. Half the time they don't even know
Most
nothing
of them
about
don't know
hip
how to
hop. And I'm
freestyle.
like, what's going
Most of
on?
them, yeah,
But you
most
said,
of
Are
them.
y'all
you said
okay?
something big with stage presence, because that's how I feel about La Russell, and I love La Russell right now. I love what LA. What's it? It's LA
Russell,
Russell.
yeah.
La Russell.
I love his independent movement. I love everything he got going, but I just feel like he hit a ceiling. Not a ceiling, because I feel like
Well, he's just getting started.
I get it, but me being a DJ, it's like what you just said. It's
Yeah,
that,
well, he not giving you records he not giving y'all records.
and he makes great music.
Yeah.
He makes great music. He's a great independent artist. I love his structure. He started off in his backyard in Vallejo, California.
Yeah.
He built his own structure, but I just feel he's not going to give us that just.
But see,
I don't know why though, but I love what he's
have
doing.
this debate
But
with
see-
them all the
but see-
time, because I feel like the
And he don't
West
have
Side
to. He
culture
don't have
is
to.
totally
I was just
different.
He don't
I
have
was
to
just
give us
gonna
that.
say, like,
He don't have
sometimes
to.
you
He's
gotta
not
have
trying to.
He don't
right.
have to.
I'm about
He's
to
not
say
trying to.
sometimes you
Yeah.
can have a conversation with, when I'm talking to an artist, I'm asking them, what kind of artist do you want to be? You want to sell out?
Shows.
You want to sell out not just shows, but do you want to sell out Madison Square Garden, or do
big
you want to
shows.
sell out
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
the club?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One door, 10 doors.
Like, do you want big? Like, and it's okay if you like,
Everybody
man,
don't
for
want
real,
that big stuff.
I'm cool with just going to the club and rocking in the club, or I'm cool with just small venues, or
Yeah.
La Russell is really a festival style artist.
Correct. And that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he can
He
eat the
is.
rest of his life like that.
He could.
if
You're
he
right.
want to. You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I had
totally
to.
agree.
I was trying to explain that
at
Lil
some
Wayne
point
is the
he
same.
might say, I want a big record now. Now I need to get
And
me
I
a
think
big
he's
record.
It's gonna come.
I feel the same way about Lil Wayne. I feel like Lil Wayne is more of a festival style, rock and roll style performer
Nah.
versus
See,
like,
Lil Wayne,
Lil
has
Wayne
those
is a
classics, though.
megastar.
Yeah, he's a mega.
he's
I
a
agree with-
megastar. But I'm saying that like when we were arguing about whether or not he would have been good for Super Bowl, and I'm
Right.
like, no, because that's not his stage. That
He
ain't his
would have.
stage.
He would have been good for the Super Bowl. But the thing is, with Wayne, what people missed with that whole moment was Kendrick had a moment, and the Super Bowls are moments. And they want to try to make sure that they stand in that same lane with these moments. You rarely see them reach back and get somebody that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like if they went to Detroit, all right, so they got a whole bunch of Motown artists to perform, Stevie Wonder and everybody else. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They down in Miami. They, all right, we're gonna pull somebody out of this. It's never really about what city you in when they doing that
It's
shit.
about the brand.
It's
of
about the
Super Bowl.
brand, and especially since Jay-Z been taking over, it's about that timing.
Yeah.
If Kendrick didn't have not like us, he wouldn't have been doing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just said
Correct.
that. We just said that for you guys.
Correct.
He wouldn't.
Yeah, he wouldn't. If he didn't have, this wouldn't have been the year. I mean, let's think. He did it twice already.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But would he? I'm sorry to interrupt you. But would he be him if it wasn't for the inflation with UMG?
I think Not Like Us is the biggest record in hip hop.
Period.
Without the inflation.
Without the inflation.
I tried to explain to them that I was in other countries and it was playing on repeat.
I think that record. See, I think what people are saying about inflation, you still gotta make it to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you still gotta make it to the people, and he made it to the people instantly. Yeah. One of the things he did with that record that he didn't do with all the other records was he allowed people to, like, you went and did stuff online and it didn't get banned.
Yeah.
He also sent it to DJs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something that nobody else was doing in that battle, right?
Yeah.
When Kendrick decided to open his
so
flood up, he allowed people to say, man, we want people to go crazy with this record.
So people can choose not to allow you to use their record.
You can get shadow banned.
I know I do get some. Like sometimes if I use certain artists, that does happen. But I didn't know that they choose that. I thought that was a label thing.
It is a label thing. But if
if they say open the floodgates, they open the floodgates.
Not only that, but the label didn't know.
Yeah.
That shit was coming. That shit was like, if you look at it, Drake put his record out, Kendrick put out a record.
Yeah.
Drake put a record, and then Kendrick put out motherfucking Not Like Us, and motherfuckers was like, all right.
What?
Yeah.
Because up until then, Drake was winning the battle.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying?
He was.
I mean, well, let me say this.
He wasn't winning the
Euphoria was an amazing. I still think Euphoria was the best song. Yeah. But like, you know, from Euphoria wasn't going to play nowhere, but you just was going to be like, man, this is an amazing song.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Drake had some joints that probably you would have heard outside.
He put a target on it. Anytime you put a target on it, he said Drake name.
Timing.
Yeah, he put a
Timing
target
is
on it.
everything.
Timing, you can't pay for
And
it.
I
And
think
see, that's why I think everybody keep talking about the inflation. It's bigger than that. It was timing.
Well,
he beat Drake at his own game.
Drake waited too long to respond with music. At the end of the day, when you're battling, you go, I go. You go, I go. The second that you don't go, then and the time goes by, it's almost like you get counted down. 3, 2, 1, you're out of here.
But at the Not Like Us moment, it was
more direct. It
was undeniably a great fucking song.
Yes,
it was a great
song.
The beat, Mustard must have been fucking possessed when he went in there.
But he put targets. See, my thing, Kendrick put multiple targets in the song. He said Atlanta, you got to run to Atlanta to get help. He said people names. If you go back to hip hop, I said it in one of our old interviews. If you go back to when Jay-Z and Nas was beating with the Super Ugly song, when Jay-Z said Carmen name, which is Nas' baby mama in the track, that's what made Super Ugly won that Jay-Z and Nas battle. So it's like when you put a target on you steal your target.
You think Super Ugly made Nas?
Ether was Super Ugly killed. Super Ugly was the
Ugly didn't kill Ether.
I think Super Ugly was a reach.
Nas fan back there.
No. I'm telling you, because at the time, I think back then when Jay-Z made it. See, this is what Drake needed to learn, and he didn't learn this. Back then, when Jay-Z made it, start putting people, family and kids and shit, it made Jay-Z look weird.
It did.
Yeah, because back then that was against the rules.
This is why he lost.
You think he lost?
Absolutely,
he got too sensitive.
Okay, so it's the same thing with the Beanie Singer. But anyway, my
point is, but Drake keep mentioning people's wives and baby mothers.
Drake never put a target, I think.
No, but he mentioned
his wife.
He mentioned his wife, children. His lady. He mentioned, his friend being his kids of his
it went too far.
When he took it there.
Yeah.
See, what people don't realize about Kendrick is all he do is go in the studio and exercise.
Okay.
Know your opponent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga Drake that ain't all Drake do.
Yeah.
Drake might shoot basketball. He might be at the club tonight. He might be, hanging out with the club.
Yeah, you right.
He got a whole bunch of shit going on.
Right.
Kendrick don't do nothing but exercise and rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exercise studio.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So a nigga like that, he got bullets in the gun.
Yeah.
And I best believe he was waiting on everybody else too. He wanted other people to get into this
He tried.
And Not Like Us ended up being all right, I can
It was
sit
a
back.
bop. Let's
but
just
best
say that.
believe
That
he
joint was
had
a
some
bop.
more shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Like
agree.
he was like, I'm gonna end it there, but there would have been some more bullets
I
in the
I
game.
think the record started responding so well that he was like, all right, I'm about to kick
Yeah,
back.
I'm done.
I'm out. Now,
And on top of
now
that-
let me finish this album up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a nigga like that is always ready for war.
Yeah.
Is always ready for war.
I get that. I get that point.
You don't see Kendrick hanging out at the club. He don't know none of them
Yeah.
strippers. That ain't what he do.
But that's how Wayne was back in the day.
That's how Wayne was back in
he
the
was
day.
young,
That's
he
how
was too
Pac
young.
was back in
Right,
the day.
Right. So
You know what I'm saying?
I see exactly
So
what
them
I
kind
think-
of
I think-
people.
Yeah, it's different.
With
They
that
different.
record,
Yeah.
now we're at a place where disc records are now making it to radio. They're now making it
Yeah.
to major platforms, and
Yeah.
I mean,
the
we in a
game,
different
the game
time.
has changed. We're in a different time now.
I think the battle has made people listen to lyrics more.
yeah,
I've always
like, I
listened
think-
to
I
lyrics. I
think-
used to write them down back in the day.
the battle.
I
Pause
think
the
it's
song.
making people
I
listen to
with
lyrics.
with respect to all these different levels of artists, I have a question about the Grammys and the awards that people are winning. Do you think that hip hop should now be broken down into like a subcategory? Like, do you think that we should be putting the Uzi Verts in separate categories from the Kendrick Lamars, or that everybody should be all in one best rap album collective?
I don't think it's that. I think it's Nas shouldn't be with Lil Uzi.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it should be adult contemporary hip hop.
yeah.
That should be the subgenre, because you know the year before, Killer Mike won Grammys.
He did.
Yeah. I think Nas won too. Like
Yeah.
everybody with one was like over 40.
Yeah.
So
That King's disease or something.
Exactly. So they should be
In their own category.
adult contemporary hip hop
like
needs
that.
its own genre.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I for some reason, you know, you got classic rock, you got classic jazz, you got classic gospel, you got all of this, but for hip hop it's just hip
Hip
hop.
hop, yeah.
And we the only genre that be trying to age us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
And and I still want Jay-Z to make albums.
Me too.
I still need Scarface to make albums. I still
Yes.
want Nas. Nas is apparently
All
getting
his
ready to
albums
do,
are great.
I want Wu-Tang to still make music. I want
right.
Killer Mike to still make T.I. I want all
And
of my
what they talking
but my
about is
artists,
some
my
grown
artists
shit.
feel like they feel like they shouldn't do that because they gonna be looking at it like the old people.
Yeah,
type shit.
I see what you said. That's hard. Yeah.
Everybody want these youngins, but who spend all the money in the world?
You're right.
The grown folks, the 40 and up, the ones that got the money, the 50-year-olds whose
right.
bills is on auto pay. And when I'm in a car and I'm cruising to Jay-Z, my vibe is totally different from when I'm in a car and I'm listening to Gunna. Like, and I like Gunna and I like Thug and I like all of the different artists, but the vibration or the mentality that I'm in
That's
when
'cause you older.
when I'm listening, don't tell the people.
Yeah,
about it.
no,
I'm
but
just
that's
kidding.
because you older though. That's
Yeah.
that's some natural shit. Like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why.
But the stuff they talking about, you wouldn't even understand in your 20s. I remember listening to some of the stuff Jay-Z said and having to Google some of the designers and Google some of the words that he was talking about. Because I was like, wait, what is that? It's like, it takes a certain level of maturity, but I just always wonder, would they ever get to that place where they separate the two? Because you can't put these
I hope
artists
so.
in
I
the
hope they
same
do that.
category.
I hope they do that. I don't know if it'll happen, but I hope that, you know, there's a way that we take in this shit. Redman put out an album and it's really,
Yeah.
really, really dope.
It is.
And it's like, okay, you about to put Redman, Ice Cube put out a dope album. And,
Yeah, I heard about that.
and you about to put them on the same charts with
Yeah.
Gunna.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. You know
don't
what I
make
mean?
sense.
Because the youngins not checking for Cube, but guess
right.
who is? Me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be listening to all of that shit.
Yeah.
I think Capadonna just put out a project. Like I'm listening to all of that shit.
Yeah.
Me too.
It should be a different scale
It
for
should
those
be
artists.
it should be like, you know what
should
I'm
be a
saying?
different scale of
Adult
platinum, gold.
contemporary hip
Yeah.
hop. Like all of my and there need to be radio stations for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, actually there are. A lot of them urban AC stations are playing the Tribe Called Quest. Or
Yeah.
you know, the
The 107.5.
they
right?
they list they playing them records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a space
that I
for
grew
them.
up on, or that was like in my early 20s, or you know what I'm saying. Like I'm listening HUR in DC.
Yeah.
They gonna play one more chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like them records shouldn't just disappear.
Yeah,
because,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about earlier how we love how the internet has revived a lot of the classic records that we were on. It's now it's bridging the gap. So now the kids are like on, you know, Young LA. They on. I mean, they on.
love
They
that.
on. I love that. I love
love
how
that
it's bringing
too.
it back. It's
I
bringing
love that
everything
that
back.
TikTok has a way of bringing records back.
Yep.
Even if it's just like for a catch, like
Yeah.
a couple of bars of the song or whatever the case may be.
That's all they need is 15 seconds.
But artists can leverage that if they do it right. Like, you know, right now I'm hearing Young LA shit, the Ain't I shit.
Oh my God.
You know, the Rich Kids. I'm hearing they
That shit back.
catching away. All the artists have to do is be ready for it. Like,
Yeah,
They-
it's
they
your
do.
moment.
I think
Take your
that-
moment.
I think that, you know, a lot of old hip hop is coming back and coming back to the forefront of the industry.
Timeless music.
But the real question, I know that you all, you know, y'all saying that y'all like hearing the old music coming back again, right? And you in the music industry, so will hip hop still be around in 20 years?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hip hop is
But
not going to
so
You see what music
will
look
it-
like with no seasoning.
But will
right?
it be hip hop or will it be, because you see how you just have to break it into a different subcategory, correct?
yeah.
So will it be different sub, and it's
I
just,
hope so.
just we just thinking,
Yeah.
will it be different subcategories that will make it
Yeah.
hip hop, or will
Yeah.
it be hip hop?
It'll still be
Hip hop is to me is a
I
lifestyle and a culture, but
I think hip hop. Always say this. It's like a pie, right? Yeah. And everybody like pie, but everybody don't like the same kind of pie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's still one big pie, and each slice tastes different. So if you like strawberry pie, or you like apple pie, or you like peach pie, like you take the slice you like and you leave the rest for everybody else.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And but it's still pie.
Yeah.
So hip hop to me is actually is the only thing that I cringe about sometimes is when I was coming up, everybody couldn't do this shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
now anybody doing it.
Now everybody can do it, but at the same time, you know, we didn't see Jello coming.
Yeah.
And he,
Shit, we didn't.
we didn't see
Jello,
That
like,
shit fucked me up.
Jep, like the
I
actual
might
snack
swerve
jelly.
in the corner. Whoa.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we didn't see that
With
coming.
Wayne on it, like we ain't see that shit.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit fucked me up still.
We didn't see that coming, but that's still hip hop, and I like that.
hip-hop.
Yeah.
I like the fact that
Yeah.
sometimes you get.
I like the
caught
evolution
with
of it
Damn,
all.
that was a
left
good
hook.
ass
Yeah,
point.
That's a
I
good
like
point.
the evolution. I
Great
mean,
point.
you didn't
Great
think
point.
until I got high I was gonna make it far either, and here we are.
And
You know what I
Great
mean?
point.
Like,
Great point.
I like the evolution of it all.
And with that point, you know, because I know we're getting towards the end of it, you go back to being college promoter, so it's always something to keep you going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be a college party promoter too, so it was always that long line in front of the venue that I booked to keep me going. You was a promoter, so I guess my question is, like, what's that piece? Like, we talk about innovation in the game now, so what's that piece to keep you going? Like, because every hustler got something to keep them going. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a couple of things, but one for me is I really don't feel like I've done shit. Like I haven't really done anything, and I've done a lot, but I still don't really feel like I've done anything. And one of the things that I really want to do is make sure I'm doing something for the people, or for I want to be able to make sure I help somebody that's from my hometown.
Okay,
You know
that's
what I'm saying? I
real.
want to be able to put on for my city.
That's real.
And really be like, yeah, I helped this.
And
I
everybody
made
know
this
you did
happen.
it. And
Exactly.
everybody know.
what
You ain't
I'm
got to
saying?
tell them. They
I
know
ain't
it
gotta
already.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's something for me that I've always thought about. But I really just love this shit. You know, I think Jay-Z's best song is Allure. You know what I'm saying? You know, the love of the game. Like,
The love of the game.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Meech and Paid in Full.
like
That's
Jay-
what I'm thinking about.
Jordan said he came back for the love of the game.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So it's something every day that wakes me up and makes me want to be a part of this shit, because I get goosebumps talking about it, or I get goosebumps. And not just hip hop, but just music, period.
Yeah.
It's tattooed on me. I love
Likewise.
music. So it's like what keeps me going is knowing that, you know, it's going to be something else. And if it ain't like fulfilling right now, I can still go back and listen to my old shit for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can, you might get in the car one day with me, and for a week I'm listening to dance hall, and then another week I'm listening to go-go, and then another week I'm
I
listening
get
to
into my
90s
70s
R&B.
music, 80s
You
music.
know what I'm saying? Another week I might be listening to motherfucking jazz for like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's all of that shit for me. Like, and I love discovery.
Yeah.
I love discovering new artists. not just new artists, but
New art.
even if it's like somebody that's old that I ain't know about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the jazz place.
Me too.
Like,
Yeah.
man,
They didn't know who John Coltrane was.
that's okay. I know you put them on.
I
Yeah, she did.
And they fell in
She
love.
for sure
They
did.
sure did.
And what happens is when you find out about it, then you end
go on
up
a
digging
journey.
down
Yeah.
into other
That
shit.
rabbit hole.
And then you find out, oh, Tribe Called Quest sample this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep sample this.
Yeah.
Nas sample this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you be like, damn, jazz was really crazy.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what keeps me going. The music is what keeps me going.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
elevation
It
of-
always has. It's always has. It's
What
always
are
gonna keep
some
me
of the
going.
projects you're working on now? Who are you working with? Like, what's new to come in this next, in the rest of 2025?
I'm managing a legendary group out of Atlanta called PSC.
Shout out to PSC, man.
Yeah.
We just
Is
seen
it-
them do Front
is
Porch.
Is it Boney in it? Is Matt Boney?
Mac Boney is
Oh,
a part
shout out
of
to
it.
Boney,
Country, T.I.,
Yeah.
Young Dro. Yeah, you just seen Dro and Tip do Front Porch.
Shout out to
It was
Nucci, man. We
amazing.
actually
That was
interviewed
fire.
Nucci.
Yeah,
When we interviewed Nucci, that was like we interviewed Nucci to see him doing that front porch shit is crazy. We was
Yeah.
like one of his when he did his media run in Atlanta.
It's almost getting bigger than Tiny Desk at this
Yeah.
point.
I mean, I don't want it.
It's
I don't,
battling.
I want people to understand that that's not even Nucci started doing this shit because he was rapping on his front
correct.
porch.
He was rapping.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. He was trying to be seen. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's coming from that.
Yeah.
You know, Tiny Desk is an amazing platform.
Love it.
I love them. You know what I'm saying? I want people to understand that everything can live. in one
Everything.
second. You know, the internet's so big, you ain't got to just have
It's 8
one
billion
si-
people.
one
It's
kind
8.
of thing. You know what
How
I'm
many
saying?
people? 8 billion people in the world?
A bazillion.
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
But the front porch is some real culture shit. Tiny Desk is too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
it.
But Tiny Desk ain't got Lenny Williams. That nigga had Lenny Williams on that porch. Nigga,
and
you
see,
hear me?
Man,
that's what I'm
what?
saying.
That nigga had
Yeah.
that shit.
It's some real shit happening,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's more shit happening. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna keep being wow. We didn't see that coming.
Everyone
And
I
that's in
see,
your
every
city, right?
single one I
That's
see
in your
is
city.
wow. Like literally everyone I see, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
that front porch, but I seen Joe
was
did that shit. I
awesome.
seen Joe and Tip do that shit, bro. It's like that's effort. They did that with no effort, bro.
And that shit
No
was so
effort.
dope. It's like they
Legendary.
slowed that shit down.
Oh my god, that shit was
And
hard.
you know,
I watched it too.
Yeah,
That shit was hard. Remember
yeah,
I said
shit's
about
hard.
that? Nigga?
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
did
it was
that
it
shit
went
was hard.
crazy.
It was cold as shit out there that day, but that shit was hard.
Oh, so you was actually
I was actually there.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out. Okay,
When
so
they
you ain't put
shooting.
that part in. You was trying to be humble about that. Niggas
Nigga,
try to be humble. Niggas be trying to be humble,
What y'all
man.
don't know is he's the ultimate
Nah,
connector.
but I'm saying I
He's
do
the
the same.
ultimate
But we gotta
connector.
stop trying to be. I didn't. If I would have asked him that, I would have think. If you would have said that comment, I would have think he was in there.
I gave the very shortest
get it.
version of a bio I can give to fit into this because he can have really a show all of himself
Yeah.
because the way in which he
really
connects
don't-
people is I mean there's not very many of us that haven't had a connection through Amir when it comes to this music stuff
Yeah.
because
I
he's
really-
somebody that will speak for you in rooms that you're not in.
That's good.
That's really good.
I really be. So the definition of humble is not taking credit for things that you contributed to.
That's exactly the definition of it.
And I think we use that word wrong a lot of times.
Okay.
And so it's not me being humble. It's more so me like not even thinking it's a big deal. My homies be saying this shit to me. He's like, man, I remember one time you introduced me to Trina and you had me, 8-ball MAG and then and T.I. woo, woo. And they be like, and I be like, man, and they be looking at me like, yeah, you don't give a fuck because it ain't nothing to you. That's how I be looking at this shit.
Yeah.
So when you ask me what keeps me going, it's the fact that I really don't be thinking I'm doing nothing. I really
that's
just
gonna
think
keep
I'm,
you being great.
I think we all
I'm
feel
a
the same
good
way.
person.
But
I
I
All
really
of
just,
us.
but see, but I'm learning from this new generation Z that sometimes we got to pop our shit.
So that's what I struggle with.
Okay.
So
That's
I
just-
struggle with
yeah.
the popping my shit. Shout out to my man Clay. Rest
Yeah.
in peace, Clay. Clay used to say to me, he was like, man, you don't rock out with your cock out enough. He used to
Yeah.
say that shit to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jason Jeter would say the same thing.
Yeah.
He's sitting down with billionaires and shit, and everybody go around the table and introduce themselves, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm just Amir Boyd. And then we'd lead a meeting, and Jason would say shit like, man, bro, didn't you put Future on? Like, didn't you tell Epic about Future? Like, didn't you do this? Didn't you do that? Like, running all this shit down to me. He's like, man, well, you got to start talking about this.
What's crazy is sometimes you do so much you got to write down the stuff
I
you
have
did so that you
forgotten
can.
more shit that
Yeah.
I've done.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I start writing it down,
Yeah.
I'm 2 days later, I'm like, damn, I forgot this.
Yeah.
I forgot I was part of Big Boy's team, management
Yep.
team. I forgot I was Lil Duval's road manager. I forgot I did all. If you watch the first season of Atlanta, there's somebody wearing Hustle Gang clothes in every episode. I forgot I was the reason that happened. You know what I'm saying? I forgot that I helped open up the first 9 stores at DTLR here. We had artists and bitches almost every week doing, in stores and all that kind of shit. I forgot that I was the music director at V103. I forgot blah, 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 blah. I worked at
Did you just be moving through the
I
industry?
just be moving through this shit because I love what I'm doing. Even when I ain't got a job, I still love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm managing PSC right now, and I'm also managing this young lady out of Houston who's a really, really dope rapper. Her name is Libra Jolie.
That's
and then I got my consulting company, and you know what I'm saying, it's one of my partners right here, and we do a lot of different shit out here.
Yeah, she definitely spoke you up.
Yeah.
As far as your reputation.
I mean, I was just a little bartender in the club back in the day, and when I met Amir, a part of he probably might have been a part of that Nick Grant campaign at the time, but he spoke greatness into me and was like, "Man, listen, you're well connected. You know a lot of people. That what you're doing, you could be doing at a whole nother level." And I'm like,
But you know what it is though?
Right.
Because I'm starting to chase what it is. Because I get the same thing. It's Atlanta. It's just being in a place like Atlanta, bro. This is not the only place that's like this. You can be to LA, but what it is when you in these. No, what I'm saying is when you in these type of markets, it's like you got to understand. Some people come to these motherfucking markets and drown, and then go back to their hometown and go back to.
I think it's 2 things. I think one thing is there are people that see things in you that you might not see in yourself, and they're able to speak that into you. You might not even know. I've been on interviews and stuff to places for marketing jobs, and they're like, you'd be great on radio, and I'm like, oh really? Yeah. Sometimes people speak that life into you, and then secondly, you have to have faith and confidence in yourself because you can't expect for anyone to teach. You can't expect for anyone to promote you and push you further than what you would push yourself. So you have to really be like, you know what, we want to do this. This is what we want to do. We want to do this show. Okay, cool. Let's get the show going before people start actually supporting. You got to support yourself.
You just true to this, not new to this. That's the saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing.
All right, dope. So check out Libra Jolie. Y'all heard him.
She's Jolie. She got a song called "Turn Me Up." Okay. It's kind of going crazy right now. We working. We gonna put a project out before the end of the summer.
Okay.
PSC going on tour?
PSC, we actually going to put another single out in a couple of weeks. We're gonna shoot the video for that, and we got a Gangsta Grills lined up to put out.
Shout out to Gangsta
Back to
Grills.
the basics.
Yeah,
Get back to the basics.
With a group like that, it's really all about putting the music out, selling merch and getting on some shows.
Because the fans are definitely there.
Your Instagram. You can drop your Instagram.
My Instagram, all my social media is AmirKhary. So it's Amir Khary. Khary is my middle name.
Dope.
Amir means leader. Prince. Khary means kingly.
Lit.
Hey.
Love it.
Hey.
Well, we appreciate you for coming through, Amir, and blessing our podcast, episode 5.
5.
Make sure y'all tune in, subscribe,
Yes, sir.
follow us.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Until
right.
next time, in between
Until
time.
next time.
We out of here.
Peace.
We back.
We back, bye.
We're
in
back, but we're leaving.
in the kitchen. In the kitchen.
So I hope you enjoy episode 5.
Yeah.
0005. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it was really good.
Enjoy it, yeah.
I hope you guys are subscribed to
the CookupATL #1 on YouTube.
Oh, no.
and the CookupATL on Instagram as well.
Yes, and follow me on Instagram _DJ Vito. Follow me on Twitter DJ VITO _. Please follow me.
Yeah.
I need some followers.
Oh, you're on Twitter?
Yes.
Interesting.
I talk crazy.
You can follow me at Miss Jai, that's MSJAI 412 on Instagram.
And you can just follow me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Little freaky
Be careful where you follow us. You can find all of us collectively
follow me.
on the CookupATL. Follow DJ Larry Luv at your own caution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just follow me.
I'm just kidding.
What's
I'm
your
not even-
Instagram, Larry Love?
It's DJ Larry _LUV.
There you go.
Nice.
I was reading something about last week with the social media with the changes going on. So TikTok really might be leaving, y'all. Like this tariff thing is real.
I'm tired of this TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
No more
It's
conversation.
becoming an abusive
Tariffs
relationship.
is real.
point.
I took it off my phone. Fuck
All right.
TikTok.
That's just a closing remark. It may be leaving for real.
Oh, well, I was actually thinking about taking us to TikTok, but if they're leaving, then I guess not.
I don't know. Only you'll find out.
Stay locked in. I hope you watched the whole interview, the whole episode 5. Stay locked in. We'll be back.
Yes.